Holy crap, that's loud. Okay, so just a little bit of background on this one. I'm just going to read the description from the video. I'm not going to read it verbatim because it's just kind of lengthy. It's June 12, 2024, Olge County, Illinois. It's a morning situation. As a 911 call to the residents, family member reported that the 32-year-old family member had threatened them and himself, assuming with a firearm. The situation escalated quickly, prompting a deployment of a SWAT team and a hostage negotiator. That is, the radio call was at 8:39, and they called out SWAT at 9:18. Despite repeated attempts to communicate with the suspect, there was no response from within the house. By 11:51, so we're talking basically an hour and a half later, authorities made the decision to enter the home. And immediately upon entering, they received fire. So that's basically where we're at. It's an hour and a half later. We know there's a suicidal armed party potentially in here. I think they knew he was in there for a fact. And an hour and a half after not getting any response from him, they're going to go breach the door.
Now, for the sake of this, because this would be an extremely important fact, did they believe that there was someone else in the home with him, or did they believe he was the only person occupying the home?
I'm assuming they think there's nobody else in there because they're getting this information about him from a family member who clearly made it out of the residence.
Okay, so it's not a suicidal person with a hostage.
that would be a hostage rescue or a hostage barricade, and I don't think that was the case here. I think they knew he was just in there and not communicating. I also know there was an alternate team on the other side of the structure that was doing another breach. I don't know why. But there was another, I don't know if it was a planned, hey, we're going to do a dual breach on this thing. I heard there was something about a throw phone. I'm not sure. So there's a lot of unknowns.
Just out of curiosity, do you guys do, because at least in my training, simultaneous breaches on the same level, big no-no. I don't know if that's something you guys do at all.
We do. We don't. There's simultaneous breaches and simultaneous entries are two entirely different things.
Okay, yes, I should have clarified. Yeah, simultaneous entries into the same level.
No, we'll port a window, oftentimes adjacent to the entry point, just to get more angles and more guns in there, more coverage. We'll also port windows on another side of the structure. It's kind of an L ambush, sort of. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Try not to do it on opposite sides of the house. That can be obviously problematic.
Yeah.
But we don't do simultaneous entries though. That'd be. Yeah. I shouldn't say never because shit happens, but shit arises. But as a general rule, no, it's frowned upon. But we do like to port stuff.
Yeah,
port windows.
That'd be a breach and hold. I don't know if you guys call it that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. Breach and hold.
Great. All right. Are we? Do you know if they were breaching and holding or?
Clearly they weren't. Because
I mean the opposing team or the
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, let's what we got here. This is looks like the camera person is the fourth person back. Looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like number 4 if they maintain this.
And this number 2 guy, I believe, has a ram, a one-man ram, and the number 3 person here, I don't know what that backpack is. I can't imagine. That backpack is huge, and I don't know what purpose it serves. I don't know why you're bringing it.
Might be a med bag.
I was assuming medical. I don't know why we're bringing that up.
Yeah.
I would leave it like on the perimeter. I just don't think there's a place for it. It just takes up a lot of space. Just me being me.
That'd be a dump on the primary breach.
Yeah. Let's just play it and we'll stop as they get up to the door.
Hold on. I haven't heard a bang yet. Fire extinguisher. Heads up here. Heads up here.
And we know there's another breach on the other side, so this is just what they're dealing with. I get it.
Is this fine right here, or do you want me to go back further?
Go back a little bit further so we can see those garages. No, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. I think that's fine.
Sure.
So, upon approach, you can see there's no windows adjacent to this door.
Yep.
Okay, so you're kind of stuck. There's no way to breach a window to get additional muzzles in there. It's a mixed bag. On one hand, you're not going to take any fire from a window. That's nice. They're not going to see you probably. But you're kind of stuck just dealing with this door. It looks like there's plenty of room to work this door. Obviously, there's that wall on the left side, which is a garage, so that's going to limit you. But as far as the actual, width and length of this landing, it's pretty significant until you get up there and you see this little gate on the right. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm assuming they knew that was there. Now we're in a really tiny spot, and there's really no way to get an officer up there to support this guy swinging the ram. You'll notice this number 1 guy seems to open the door, and he's going to hold that screen door open for this guy with the ram. And there's nobody else that can kind of help. So you're stuck with nobody really has a weapon. You're going to see this breacher is going to draw his handgun as the door opens. Or, I'm sorry, the guy on the left who's holding the screen door, he's gonna draw his handgun as the door opens. Well, it's too late for that. It's just a bad spot. I would like to think we'd have a guy with the shield. If I was doing it, I'd have a guy with the shield take the place of that guy with the on the left there, and just hold the door open with the body, and then at least have a shield there facing first light. Or I just don't like having all those bodies up there. We could also open that door and place something to hold that door open, and then move that person out of there to give up that, so we have more space to work with. Whenever I deal with something like this, when we have a lot of furniture and stuff on a landing, there's not really furniture there, but first thing we do before we do anything is we're throwing that grill, that chair, that ornament, whatever, clear off all that shit. Throw the kids' bikes off the landing and give us some room to work with. I'm not sure what kind of gate that is. That could just be a simple puppy gate that's just held in there with pressure. Rip that thing out of there and give us some room to work. Give us some space where you can get some bodies up here.
You were already there for an hour and a half calling this guy out.
They know we're here.
He knows you're there.
Yeah, there's really no
You're
rush.
not secret squirrels anymore.
Yeah. In my opinion, if we were doing this, let's say it's gone to this point, we're definitely going to breach this door. Probably explosive breach, just so we don't have to have people standing there. But if we are going to breach it mechanically, we're going to probably hold that screen door open. We're going to put somebody there with the shield to cover that breacher. That breacher's going to hit it, and then we're all going to retreat. And we're just going to let that breach point breathe. I can't tell you how many people we have that are inside a structure, and we will give commands all day from outside the structure, and nothing happens. And they treat you like you're basically a salesman they don't want to answer the door for. I get it. And the second that door gets breached and we back off, all of a sudden, like, oh, now they're serious. And they immediately surrender. Or the armored vehicle pulls up in the front yard. Oh, now they're serious. The cops have been here for 4 hours. Now SWAT's here with an armored car. Okay, now I'm going to come out. It has something to do with I feel safe in my home. And this is my cave. This is my castle. Now you've breached the door of my castle. I'm no longer safe. Okay, I'll surrender. It happens more often than not.
It's one of these things, like going to your point initially with the gate, which is really the only thing, if you want to say prohibiting, these guys from essentially stacking on that right-hand wall, right? They have some, whatever, plants there. Chuck those things over the railing, get them out of your way, or just kick them out of your way, whatever, right? There's nothing really preventing these guys from being on that wall.
No.
Especially the 2 back guys, right? Now, of course, this is a pretty shitty door to have to breach. No matter how you're breaching it, really. It's
because there's no way where to go on the left. But I've had shittier ones. I've had a lot shittier.
Absolutely.
And if you make room, it's not, I don't know. Anyway, it gets messy.
Yeah, front doors can be tough with little landings and little porches and stuff like that. Those front doors and side doors, whatever, primary entryways into structures, they can be, they're very dangerous.
Well, and
how narrow they can be.
70% of assaults on SWAT teams happen at the breach point.
Yeah.
So once you make it through the breach point, and I've always thought when I'm doing war, I'm through the most dangerous spot. 70% of the time, that's where it would have happened. I'm moving on. Obviously, you're still careful, but at least that's behind me. This is the really nerve-wracking part. So I don't know why. Let's just play it. We'll see what happens before I talk.
Step it up. Wait. Ted. Bang out. Shots fired! Ted's hit! Justin, I got you! Go get him! Get him! Got him. Here, pull!
It's my arm, my left arm!
See him! Back! Get up!
I can't help me.
Jesus, he's inside? You got him down? He down? Down. Are we going in?
I need something here now. I need another one. TC!
Here. Got it. No.
We can pause it there. So this officer gets is shot in the face. He's the most seriously wounded one. You see all the blood on the grass. It's bleeding pretty good, as head wounds do.
Yeah.
They treat him. I mean, it ends up being all right. Relative. I mean, it's never good to get shot in the face, but it's not fatal. That's the rest of this video, is just that treatment. Let's go back to during the breach. There seems to be a miscommunication about, okay, we're going to bang it. I don't know why we'd bang it. If we're just going to... And obviously they're making an entry. I don't know why they're making an entry.
Wait. Ted. Bang out.
Right. Seems like the one guy's going in. Leroy Jenkins. And no, there was supposed to be a bang. Oh, wait. And now we're getting shot at. If I were to do this, I would have the team on the other side do some distraction devices to kind of draw that attention, maybe break some windows to draw that guy's attention somewhere else, And I definitely wouldn't go in. Why would you go in? Ideally, we're going to explosively breach from a distance, but even if we mechanically breach and retreat, then we're going to send in drones, and we're going to confirm where the hell this guy's at. Mm-hmm. If this department, and clearly a smaller agency, part-time team. I'm on a part-time team. I'm on a very busy part-time team, but even we have drones. If you don't have drones right now, you're wrong. That's where we're at. That's the state of the game. It's understood you have drones. It's that useful a tool. Why don't you have it? The days of throwing a dog in there to try to find the guy are over. In my opinion, there's no reason to go into this structure. None. I get the breaching of the door because it's been an hour and a half and we haven't got anything. If this is the safest way you can breach that door by running up there using mechanical breach, okay, and retreat, I get it. I've been there, done that. Why are we going in?
Yeah. And if you're going to, on your point with drones, you don't have to breach a door to get a drone. Find a window somewhere.
Yeah.
Find a window, break the windows, clear the curtains if they exist.
We can assume maybe they didn't have drones. Okay. The guy, somebody had a ballistic shield, clearly a rifle-rated one, because it was so small. God, I would hope it's a rifle-rated one. And I don't know. If I was up there with a ballistic shield and I was covering that breacher, my job is to cover the breacher. And as soon as that door is breached, we are retreating back. We're not going in. We're not looking in. We're not seeing what we can see. Door's breached. Let's go. There's just nothing to be gained. And
you got all the time. You got all the time in the world. Mm-hmm. Right? This guy's in his house. He's not going anywhere. And if he does, he's coming to us. Sweet.
And we know for a fact he's in there. And we know for a fact he's armed.
So,
this is dumb.
I don't know. There's just a lot of things with this. The positioning, it's just dangerous positioning when they could have easily solved. Particularly, I mean, there's really nothing you could do if they were set on breaching this door the way they breached it for the breacher and the number 2 man, the guy with the shield. I mean, their position is just their position. But for the 3 and 4 guy, you know, again, they don't need to be there. They can't do anything. But unless they're going real dynamic into the structure, then obviously they need to be quick. But even if that was the case, they still would have been better off on that right-hand side. Even if they just opened that gate and walked there and stand there, significantly better positioning than where they were.
Apparently there was some sort of plan to throw a bang, so you think they're doing some sort of entry. I don't know, play it and look at the chaos ensue. And I tried to be not too hard on people when, you know, officer down drills, because even if you do them, it's really hard to replicate the emotional chaos going on here and the fog of war. You can hear the guy, are we going in? You know, I think somebody actually goes in, and they're assuming the people on the other side with the alternate breach also went in, and apparently the suspect got put down pretty quick.
Yeah. That was probably the scariest part of this video, because you don't really see, at least with this body cam, you don't really see that guy make entry.
No.
And over the next 30 seconds or whatever, these guys are just dumping rounds into that threshold and into that room. And then like 10 seconds later, that dude runs out. It's like you were just mag dumping that threshold
where your buddy went,
was
right?
In that room,
right?
It was like,
and
wow.
he didn't seem to know at all that guy went in there, which I get, because when he retreated, he essentially turned and retreated. All right, and I'm not going to judge him. I'd like to say, I'd back up tactically and face but I mean, you're getting shot at. So I'm not going to judge the guy.
To a threshold.
Right. I'm not going to judge the guy for you know, retreating in the manner he did. Turns back, sees his buddies down. He's like, well, I want to help, so I'm going to engage over my buddy who's down to try to suppress. I get that, but apparently one of your guys is in there. He could have hit one of his own guys. Just it's real ugly after this.
It's a potential confliction issue if what you said was true, that the other team actually breached. Did you say they breached and entered?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, let's just for the sake of argument say they breached and entered. You know, that's a potential confliction issue too.
Oh, huge.
You got one of your guys that you don't know is in that structure, who's armed, right? Come around that corner, there's a dude there with a rifle.
Well,
I mean, obviously he's kitted out and he looks like one of you, but you come around a corner and there's someone with a gun that you don't expect to be there, not expect one of your guys to be there.
Why would you go in?
Problem.
Why would you go in knowing there's an armed guy? Stupid. So now we're going to breach. We get shot at the breach point. We retreat. Got people wounded. And somebody runs in? Or why would you go in? Now, that's even what the fuck are you doing?
You've now bought a mortgage.
Yeah,
on that room.
Why did we go in? Everybody, as near as I can tell, everybody who's wounded is outside the room. Right? Nobody went in and got hit. So why are we running in there to finish the fight? It's stupid.
I wonder, again, it's hard to tell from the body cam. I wonder if he entered as the shooting started and his bail essentially was just a commit. Like he was already through that threshold as the shooting began. Maybe again, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell from the body cam what happened.
Well, the shield's out in the driveway though, so I mean that's not that guy.
I wonder if it was the breacher. Because the guy ran out, he didn't even have a rifle. Like let's go. Let's see where this guy is.
Let's try to play it.
Went too far.
Hit! Justin, I got you. Justin, I got you. Go get him. Get him. Got him. Here, pull. It's my arm, my left arm. See him, back. Get up. I can't. Jesus, he's inside.
That's a bad call to have to make. He's inside.
You got him down?
Like, I don't think he has a rifle. I didn't see one.
Is that medic bag?
I mean,
I need another one. TC.
if it is a medic bag, it'd be good to have. So I would assume the fact that he didn't have a rifle, that he was the breacher. And it was really the only one that makes sense, considering number 3 guy was the guy who was wearing the camera, and then number 4 guy always was behind him. So I have high doubts that he was the one that ran in.
It's just ugly. It's just,
Yeah.
and I don't want to fault people too much once bullets start flying and it seems chaotic and you know, voices go up several octaves and everybody's, you know, freaking out, and even the yelling of people yelling shots fired for no reason is always one of my pet peeves. We know. We know. Well, you can hear it.
We can hear them, believe it or not.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't have to tell everybody on the radio that shots are fired. If there's people across town, nobody cares. You want to get on the radio and say shots fired, fine. Let's focus on, hey, we got some people wounded. Whatever. They get that done. They get the people moved to a safe location where they can treat them. Kind of a clusterfuck. It looked like that guy had the ability to self-extract the whole time. Maybe he didn't because there were bullets being shot over him at the threshold from his buddy, from the person filming. Okay. Yeah. He didn't feel safe to self-extract. That makes sense. I mean, if I'm going to shoot bullets at that threshold to suppress that guy, because he didn't know anybody ran in, so he's going to suppress the threshold and get his guy out of there. I get it. But let's move up while we do that to, you know, I'm going to suppress this thing. I'm going to move, cover distance, get to this guy. Hey, grab him and get him out of there. It seemed like he was trying to get that going. I don't know. Maybe I'm being overly critical of some people who just got shot. But they definitely didn't set themselves up for success. And this is, once again, the danger of a prepared defender.
Yep. You know, no movement without fire, no fire without movement.
Well, we don't do that in law enforcement. But that's all right. I mean,
you know.
And we can't do that. So
Yeah.
you're taking no, we can't do that. But it's just ugly. I hate to see it because it's so, and I don't like criticizing, you know, smaller agencies.
We're not criticizing these people like personally, like, you know, these people suck. It's not that we're just criticizing.
It's
the
really
situation and the tactics.
Bad decision making, and I think you can have the best tactics in the world. They could have done everything, fucking Navy SEAL, Delta, you know, whatever, the best on this entry, and it would still been a stupid fucking decision, and you'd have still got taken casualties because it's a prepared defender and he has all the advantages in the world.
And you're in a very piss poor position.
Right. And so they could have done everything with amazing tactics, better equipment, better everything. And still, it was still a stupid fucking decision. Mm-hmm. If this team, apparently ill-equipped because they don't have drones and stuff, if they'd have just breached it and ran away, great decision. Even though you don't have all the equipment you wish you had, you made a good decision with less than ideal tactics and you get a good result. It's almost like the decision making is more important than the equipment and the tactics, or something.
Mm-hmm. Or you went up to that door and went, "This is a really, really shitty breach. How about we do our primary breach on the other side and we'll just hold this door?"
Yeah,
now the other door could have been equally as bad or worse. We don't know.
Yeah,
but again, you could sit there and look at it and go, should we really breach this door or look for an alternative way into the structure?
And we assume that everybody's got a body camera, and this is the one that we're being shown. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we get up there, and let's say they see that little gate, and they didn't know that gate was there. All right, hold up. We're going to be delayed a little bit while we remove this gate.
Yep. It's just the rush. There's no rush for this. You've already been there for an hour and a half calling this guy out.
We know for a fact he's in the house. We know for a fact he's armed.
So you just don't need to rush. The faster you go, there's a relationship between speed and security and safety.
Right.
The faster you go, almost always, the lower your safety.
And so what we have here is essentially a call out. It's a call out. Mm-hmm. There's no innocence in there. There's nobody we're trying to save, and you know, the way to handle a call out safely, if they're not responding to you, is you gradually ratchet things up and you make the environment in there one that they cannot endure and that they have to come out. And it's a gradual thing. And when you get compliance, you back it off. So, for example, we get here, we do call-outs for an hour and a half. I don't think that's unreasonable at all. Okay, we're not getting anything. We're going to break a window from distance, with a less lethal, and we're going to send in a drone, and we're going to look around in there and see if we can find him. Okay, now we found you, and you're looking at the drone. Now you want to talk to us. We're going to deploy a throw a throw phone in there. Or just, something. We're going to eventually maybe breach a door. We have lots of ways to breach doors without sending somebody up there with a ram. We have armored vehicle that's got like a push bar kind of thing on it, a boom that could push in that door. But if it's not possible because of the yard or obstructions or whatever, we can explosively breach it. We can just go up there and put the charge on it. We've got lots of different ways that we can get that open. Hey, now we're
common. Just sorry to interrupt you. Just out of my own curiosity, how common is explosive breaching for you guys? Because you look at different departments. Some departments just almost never use it. Some departments they use it a little bit more liberally.
God, it varies a lot. It's kind of one of those things that we won't do for 6 months, and then we'll do 3 of them in a month. I don't know how else to explain it. On a barricade, if you have a really good barricade with something like, I would consider this a pretty good barricade, we could do 3 of them on this one barricade. I had one really long barricade. We called it the Keystone Barricade. It went, our involvement was 17 hours, but it was rolling for 8 hours before that. We did 4 explosive breaches on that one barricade.
Yeah.
A guy armed that was shooting at us through the holes and stuff. I mean, so it's, yeah, it can be a lot. So usually we do them on, if somebody's got a steel door, commercial door, we'll do that.
Yeah.
But we always, have the capability, and it is safer. I know there's some departments, all they do is explosively breach because it's just so much safer than mechanical. I think mechanical's more reliable, less dramatic. I think the liability is about the same. You can have... I would rather be on the other side of a door that's being explosively breached than on the other side of the door opening it when it gets hit by a 2-man ram.
Yeah.
I think the explosive breach is a lot safer because it's, there's not much goes through to the other side.
Yeah,
especially
people
on the,
think that... Sorry. People think that explosive breaching, like the inside, it's like this huge event.
Yeah.
Most of that concussion reverberates out.
Correct.
You have a greater MSD external of that breach than you have internal.
Yeah, and I've been that guy getting the concussion, and then they changed the rules, and all of a sudden we had to be, instead of 4 feet off the door, this is safe. Now it's 12 feet off the door and around a corner. I'm like, well, hold up. We've been doing it up there for years. What's going on? Well, turns out that wasn't safe. Oh, okay. Yeah, you have a bloody nose. You're like, hey, what's going on? But it...
Ears are ringing.
Right.
Whatever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, on the other side of that door, especially if it's a steel door and they just bend it out of frame so it just, swings open, there's barely anything on the other side of that.
Yep.
So once again, your upper command that's making the decision whether or not you can use or develop a capability only knows what they see in movies, and not how it really...
Far less of a fire hazard than a flashbang.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So, but we would, breach that, and then we would, once again, give more commands. Oh, guy's not coming out. Okay, now we're going to throw in some gas. And we're going to use tear gas, and we're going to throw it in certain rooms to kind of like move him to a place we want him to be, give more commands. Oh, he's still not coming out. Okay, more gas. Let's say it goes to an extreme. This person's just not coming out. Maybe they got a gas. I don't know. Maybe they just resist the gas somehow, or they have some sort of countermeasures, which I'm not going to discuss, but whatever. We bring in a rook. We start tearing off walls. That way we have several people on cover positions that with long guns that are seeing into that thing as we tear off the wall with the rook. Now we can see you, fucking idiot. No, really, come out. You know what I mean? We're just going to do that from a position of safety, from a position that we control. We're just not going in there. There's no reason to go in there ever until that person has surrendered, or we get in a gunfight with them and put them down. If we're going to get in that gunfight, we're going to do it from a position of strength, from an
On
armored
your
vehicle,
terms, not
from a
his.
turret, right? From a sniper engaging him from 80 yards while everybody else is on cover. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna set that engagement up so we have a very high probability of success, like in the 99 percentile. We're not gonna do this. I'm gonna do a dynamic entry on a prepared defender where my chances of success are at best 50-50 and honestly probably lower.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's just time for the post-video shameless request for support. If you guys like my content, you want to see more of it, please like, subscribe, hit the little bell. You guys know how YouTube works. Better yet, support my channel. Go to my website, daishotactical.com. There you can find a variety of products that I make myself at my workbench. I make a variety of slings in a bunch of different colors, quite a few different models. I also make shooting bags. Any money spent at the store really does help me moving the channel forward and making more content for you in the future. Thanks for watching.